If you're above 30, you should not be baking. Like, you have no business baking. I've been wearing this makeup for over 12 hours, and guys, you can see my under eyes has not creased. So today's video, I'm going to show you how you can set your under eye without your under eye creasing or product separating. Hey beautiful people, my name is Destiny and welcome to my channel. Today's video, guys, I'm going to show you guys how I set my under eye and keep my under eye in place all day without it looking cakey, dry, or products moving. Because I found that, let me give you guys a backstory, okay? You know, I talk a lot. Okay, so I found out that as I get older, baking does not work for me. So what baking does for me is that it just make my under eye very dry. I'm looking at my viewfinder, like, this is over 12 hours of makeup wearing this face. So what baking does for me is that my entire face will be oily, but my under eye will be so dry. And for a long time I was looking for different methods to get it done. If I try not to bake it, when I set it lightly without baking, I found out that my under eye will start creasing because my skin here has folded. So after a couple of hours, I'll find out that my foundation, the powder, are separated because I did not bake. And for the long time, I've been trying to balance the whole thing. Like, I want to get it to that right place where I'll be okay. And guys, guess what? I found it. And if you're above 30, you should not be baking. Like, you have no business baking. If you're above 30, I'm saying it, you have no business baking because your skin is getting aged and you don't want to dry out your under eye, especially your under eye. You don't want to dry your under eye. So today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can set your under eye. I don't want to call it bake. How you can set your under eye without it creasing or looking cakey. So with that all said, let's jump into it. I've done my foundation and all that, so skip it. Guys, ignore my wig flying. I did not glue it down, okay? So just ignore it, okay? Just ignore that wig, okay? So let's get into that under eye. So I've applied my foundation and my face is set for a highlight. So I went ahead with my Holy Grail concealer, which is my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fun, to highlight my highlighted area. And then the first tip I'm going to give you guys is that you can see how I'm applying the concealer. I am not applying the concealer directly under my eye. And if you notice, I am not using as much concealer as I used to use anymore. I don't use that much concealer. I just literally just put a good amount and then I'm good. So I'm going to go ahead to just highlight the rest part of my face, which I know is not part of this video. Okay, let's skip that. So I'm going to take my beauty sponge. And blend. And mind you guys, it was my under eye I applied concealer first, but that will be the last thing I'll blend. So I went ahead to blend under my chin, my bridge of my nose, my forehead. After that, I'm going to blend my under eye. The reason why I do this, it gives the concealer time to dry down a little bit. We all know LA Girl concealer is very creamy, and if it doesn't set a little bit, when you blend it tends to move a lot. So, but when I leave it like this, when I blend it, it gives me full coverage and it doesn't move a lot. So that is why I do that. So go ahead and blend with a damp, I forget to say, blend with a damp beauty sponge. What mistake I used to make then in the past is that my beauty blender was not damp. It was soaked in water, and even when I squeeze it out, there's still water in. So what I do now is that after I wash my beauty blender, or after I run my beauty blender under water, I take a kitchen tissue and then I put it in and then I squeeze it. This helps to take out any excess water that is in and just make it, and just leave the beauty sponge damp. And I tell you, this has changed my blending life. Okay, so try that and let me know. Don't just run your beauty sponge under water and use your hand. Also soak out any excess water with a tissue or kitchen towel and get it you thank me later. So let's back to our video. Okay, so I'll go ahead and blend my concealer, and the same thing that happened to under my also happened to my lid. So I try as much as possible to always blend them together. As you can see, I'm taking my time to blend it, and as I'm blending it, I'm making funny faces. This helps for you the beauty sponge to go in to those folded skin under your eye and blend it right. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to blend it till I'm satisfied. And don't be in a hurry to blend, just blend it, guys. This is going to change the game. Like, this is going to change how your concealer sets if you don't blend the concealer right well. Okay, so make sure you blend it well. I found out that my inner tear dot was still, I can still see that under that dark circle from my inner tear dot. So you can, oh, you see I made a mistake there. I went to touch the concealer, but anyway, we'll blend it. It's still kind of creamy. So I'm just going to put an extra concealer down to my inner tear dot. I can still see that gray undertone. So I'm just going to blend it out, like take my time to blend it, a tiny bit of concealer, because at the same time I'm avoiding putting too much product under my eye. So if you can use a beauty sponge, get a nice fluffy brush and then just put it and blend inside that spot. I know it seems a lot, but this changed my game entirely. So after blending, like I've said blending like 100 times already. After blending to my satisfaction, I'll go with a face powder. I'm using the Elegant face powder in Warm Honey. This is like a shade or two lighter than me. And you see, guys, by the time I even take to look around to look for my powder, my under eye will crease. That is how fast my under eye crease. So I'm just going to go back with the beauty sponge and then blend it again. While I blend it, I still keep that face. Okay? While I keep that face, I'll pick the Elegant powder with a dry beauty sponge, and then I'm just going to use it to set on just under my eye, not that just on. I'm just going to use it to set under my eyes. This is so important. This has changed the game, and then I'm going to explain to you guys why I do this before we move on. So the reason why I do this, the reason why I set my under eye with a face powder, not a setting powder first, is the fact that I found out that when I use a setting powder, my under eye gets dry, and a face powder is matte but it's not dry. It doesn't have that formula that a setting powder has. So what I do is that I take a face powder and I take the face powder to set it first. And I just feel that will help the under eye not to, I just feel it will make the concealer not to, like, if I'm using that, the concealer just go under my eye and the concealer is just going to suck the powder like. But if I'm using a face powder, which is also creamy but matte at the same time, it's just going to help to set what I need to set, which is the concealer under my eye, without it creasing or looking cakey. So let's go back to our video. So I'm just going to set it. You can see I'm still going back to set it. Like, I make sure I set every nook and cranny, because if I miss a spot, it's going to crease. So I'm going to go to the other eye and do the same thing. You see how I picked the beauty sponge again? You want to do that with the second eye. Always blend before you set. I pick the beauty sponge and then I blend again. Baby. I blend again and then look up, do that funny face, and take the LA Pro Face Powder in Warm Honey to set it. This just changed the entire game, and this help your under eye not to look that setting powder-ish, that white cast. No, you will not get it. Okay, so after setting it, perfect. You can see how it looks already. It looks like it's done, but it's not done yet. If I use just the face powder, after a couple of hours it will crease. Okay, but what did just give me that first layer. So what I will do next, so you can see my lid. Do you see how my lid crease? That is how my under eye creases too. So I'll do the same process with my lid, blend and then set. But we're not talking about a lid now. But if your eyelid does the same, give you the same oil, this is the perfect way. Blend, set with a face powder first, and then move on. So after doing that, I'm just going to use a fluffy brush. I'm going to use a fluffy brush, and then I'm going to use my Milani Fit Me Loose powder in medium deep. This is my setting powder. So whatever setting powder I use, I'm just going to use that fluffy brush and then just press the powder lightly, not pack the powder, lightly under my eye, and then just sweep it off. That is it. That is it. You can see how I'm pressing the powder very lightly, and I gradually build it up to what I need. I put it there and then I sweep. I press it in and then sweep. I press in and then sweep. At first I'll press it in and then sweep. So that is how you want to do it. Press in and then sweep. So I'm just going to bring it down to my nose area because we know that's the side that gets oily. And then just sweep it all over the rest of the face and all that, and then set your other face, the other part of your face the way you like. But this is how I do it. I just keep going back and build it up and make sure the colors are even on my face. But this has changed my highlight game. You can see I keep going back and front and make sure I set it right. But guys, this has changed my under eye game. Like, I can wear my full face makeup without my under eye looking too dry than the rest of my face, like you can see now, and I love it. So guys, so this is how my face look after I've set it. This is it. You can see it doesn't look dry, it still looks okay, and this is the finished look. I'm done with my entire face of makeup, and this is how my face looks really soft, nice. And guys, that is it. That is how I set my under eyes. I'm literally filming this by 3:15 a.m. and I've had this face since afternoon of yesterday. That is how I'm able to set my under eye to look good all day without looking dry or cakey or breaking or separating product on my face. That is how I'm able to keep my under eye looking smooth and good all day. If you like such video where I come and give you guys detailed tips and tricks on how I do my makeup, let me know down in the comment section, and give this video a thumbs up. When you give it a thumbs up, it shows me like you enjoyed this video, and I'll just keep doing more of this type of video. Anyway guys, that's about it for this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and like I said before, I'll see you guys in my next video. But before you go, if you've not subscribed to my channel and you're hearing me say this, that means you stay to the end, and that means you like what you see and you're not subscribed. Please, subscription is free. I've been talking all day. Subscription is free. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button down there below. Please click the bell next to subscribe. Click to all notification. That will give you notification as soon as I upload, or as soon as there's anything on the community tab, you'll be the first person to see it. So click the subscribe and the bell next to it, and there are other videos for you to check out. Okay, check out either of these videos. Alright, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.